Good morning, class of 2020. I'm here today with senior, the infamous Kevin Lorenzana. Kevin, please say hi.
Good morning.
Before we get started with Kevin today, we just have some values observed that we want to talk to you guys about and just honor some of the kids that have been doing exceptional work during week 1 and 2 of distance
Sure.
learning. From Mr. Chavez, he wanted to give a values observed for value number 1 and value number 2 to Fernando Ramirez. So congratulations, Fernando. Mrs. Camp wanted to give values observed for value number 2 to Isaac Candelas, Brianna Quesada for attending virtual office hours. Ms. Camp also wanted to give value number 2 values award to Juan Junebug Garcia.
Oh yeah, June.
For his Flipgrid book that he did in English. And she'd also like to give out one to Marisol Arcos for value number 1, Haley Boroso for value number 1 for overcoming all the obstacles and completing the work. And also we're seeing consistent work from Roberto Mariano, and we wanted to give a values observed to him. Additionally, Miss Edelman has a values observed for Maria Casillas for communicating all the things that are going on in her life, and also to Arnold Maldonado for doing a wonderful job on his AP Spanish recording. Good job. Mr. Magdaleno wanted to give a values observed to Angelina Sebastian and Luis Serrano, value number 2 for their excellent participation in office hours. Mr. Magdaleno also wanted to give values observed for value number 1 to Karen Romo and Cindy Hernandez for working with their federal budget policy and big business lobbying. Amazing. 2 more to go. Ms. Temple wanted to give a values observed for value number 1 to Jurgen Kwa for completing his packet on Flint, Michigan early in the week. And still maintaining a high level of quality during this time. Also, she wanted to give values observed to Karen De La Cruz for value number 2 for being the only student to complete week 1 assessment in the form of a very entertaining and educational TikTok. And finally, Mr. Chang wanted to give a values observed for values 1 and 2 to Cindy for spending 11 hours, 31 minutes, doing 1,157 questions on IXL. And he'd also like to give values observed to Jennifer Alvarez, Sarah Cruz, Bo Kim, Adriana Ramos, and Karen Romo. So those are all the values observed. Great job. But we have a special guest today, and we want to get into our interview with Kevin Lorenzana. So good morning, Kevin. I just wanted to know how you were doing.
I'm doing great. Just doing my work. I mean, I'm kind of slacking right now because I kind of haven't finished like my last week's work, but I'm trying to get back on it. But yeah, just overall, I've been doing good. Just taking care of myself, spending time with my dad.
Thanks, Kev. Everyone knows, and I'm sure you do too, this is a crazy time, and
Yeah,
it's truly crazy for seniors. And you guys have worked so hard over the last 13 years to get to this point. Like now you're home for the rest of the year. So how are you dealing with this, Kev?
I mean, it kind of sucks because like we like had these big things coming up, such as like senior picnic and all of these things, all these events for us, and like we expected to enjoy it like we never did. But I mean, unfortunately, we weren't able to do that. I mean, things are gonna get better eventually, and we're gonna be able to come back together as one and celebrate good things, So
I appreciate you saying that, and please don't forget that I said last week that we will have a graduation and prom. I just don't know when it is, but
yeah,
it is something that we will do, so you can look forward to that.
amazing.
Hey, Kevin, what do you miss most about not being at school every day? Like the little things that we take for granted.
Getting yelled at for talking, or just like in general, just like hearing people like just like get mad at each other for like the simplest reasons, So I feel like those are the things that I take for granted, or like just in general, I had my friends there, but I just really sometimes never spent time with them because I was like not feeling it that day. So I just feel like those are the things that I took for granted, and I didn't appreciate the days that I was there.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
sitting over there underneath the tree with your pals.
yeah, like that. Those are things that I have to like cherish, even if it's simple. Yeah.
Beautiful. You kind of mentioned it already, but you were a little late on your work for week 2. But like, what
Yeah.
kind of routine have you created so that, or what kind of routine do you need to create so that you can, finish your work every week and graduate?
I feel like I have to be very on it because if I'm not, I just slack off and I don't do it at all. So I have to continue to tell myself that I have to do it. If I don't, I'm just gonna like buzz off and just play my game the whole day if I want to. So I just do that. And
What time do you wake up on weekdays?
um, if I go to sleep early, I wake up around like 11. If I go to sleep late, I probably wake up around 3 in the afternoon.
Okay, so that's kind of a problem when you're trying to do
Yeah,
work or check in for
it is.
attendance every day from
Yeah,
9.
it is. It is. It is.
All right, well, you're gonna work on that then.
Yes, I am.
All right, cool. Kevin, I just, you've had an incredible history at University Prep, and it
Yeah,
wasn't always the best, especially in your first year
yeah.
but I really want, this message to go out to everybody who is a part of our school, and we will be posting this on social media so people will see it. But,
Okay.
I wondered if you could talk a little bit about your journey and your history and about, because to be this man that you are now, which is,
Okay.
exceptional.
Yes.
So just talk a little bit about that.
Um. Well, I mean, I came a long way. I didn't go to UP in like the first I want to say 2-3 months.
Yeah.
I went to a public school, which was not in my area, but somewhere close. And I mean, it's just a whole different environment because you go to school, you get to your class and that's it. Do your work and that's it. You gotta do what you gotta do. But I mean, I was never the kid that did my work or like stuff, just simple things like that. As I never did things. So I mean, I had to leave that school because all I was doing was just slacking off and just doing really bad. So I left, and that's when Fernando told me about his school. So I was like, you know what, I might just move there. But I just came with the same mindset, I'm like, I'm gonna just come to school. I'm not gonna talk to nobody like that. I'm gonna just do me and just have this simple, just me and Fernie, and that's it. Like I don't talk to anybody till I just started to like realize that I couldn't stay in this comfort zone my whole life. I couldn't stay in this one spot and allow that just for me not to move forward with myself, and just I stayed in that one spot and I couldn't do that my whole life. So little by little, I started like opening up. I started maturing. I started seeing the world, the real world, and yeah, I just started seeing these simple things that I took for granted, and I just matured a lot, and I saw a lot of things. So I feel like that's what helped me a lot too.
You're very inspiring, Kevin. You just gave me the chills there. And finally, what do you want to say anything to the class of 2020, University Prep Value High School, second graduating class of 2020? Are there any last words that you want to
I mean,
state to them?
we had amazing moments together. I mean, there's I know that there's people that probably like get annoyed by me, of course. But I mean, man, it was a pleasure meeting all of you, getting to know everybody's life, getting to hear different stories, and just sitting down and getting to talk to like different people that I never thought I would have a conversation with, or just sit there and be like, hey man, like how's your day? Like, or just these simple basic things that make people happy. And I feel like that's what made our class different, because if no one was ever to come up to me and be like, hey man, like I hope you've been doing good, like that just changes your whole mood. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I feel like our class is very, very one. It's not like separate, and I feel like that's what makes our class so amazing, and I appreciate that a lot.
Oh, you're so nice, Kevin. Thank you so much. University prep is definitely better because it has you at the
Yeah.
school, and we will miss you a lot when you go and make millions of dollars and send us money back. Don't forget to send us money back.
I will. I will.
Okay, so that concludes this week's community time with senior, the infamous Kevin Lorenzana. Signing off. You are dismissed. Have a great week. Turn your assignments in, and we love you and we miss you. Have a great day.